because this is monochromatic gamma lines. How you can get monochromatic 3 MeV, 5 MeG, MeV, 20 MeV, and so on. You can do all the precise measurement of the nuclear cross sections. 50 to 100. It's not flat. So we told them minimum is 50, maximum is no more than 100. Because you have this vertical turnoffs. If it's too deep, it's a problem. If it's too shallow, then the surface construction will affect you. So that's a choice. And there's some designs. See all these buildings, surface buildings. And then we also managed to understand what kind of service can be put on the surface, and what kind of service you have to put underground. You see this little kind of tunnel, small houses. These are the places for utilities underground. This is a tunnel. You see the structure. We have this is the hydro machine reserved for the future, and this is the booster, and this is the main storage ring. And this is our ventilation system, cables, and so on. And inside, looking is like this. Organizational activities, we have organized many international workshops, training, professional things, and communication, and so on. So, for the international collaboration, I'd like to emphasize that we want international collaboration is not only for technical help or for money, but also for political kind of reasons. We want to maintain open to the whole world. We don't want to close out and do everything by ourselves. It's terrible, and it's not going to be beneficial to the whole community. So I think it's extremely important to have a good international collaboration. So right now, the pre-CDI is managed by Chinese effort, but with some help from the international community. I think it's extremely important for us to do an exercise by ourselves, to show that we know what we're talking about, and to demonstrate to the Chinese high-end physics community that we are able to do it, and don't keep your confidence. Don't always think that we are not good than others, we're inferior to others, and so on. I think it is the time that we can do things better than others, and this is actually a proof. When this is done, of course, the CDI will be open to the international community. So we have to imagine a possible collaboration and also the management system for this new facility. We set up an international advisory committee. George is also one of the members, and we are going to work together with the community to set up the organization very soon. So last month, David Gross, who won the Nobel Prize in 2004, and also Witten, and they two wrote a letter in the Wall Street Journal and emphasized how important, how good if China can build this machine. I mark this sentence. I think you should be able to read it. There's another enormous benefit of a Greek light in China that attract U.S. and the international scientists. Competition and the conflict between China and the U.S. could easily spiral into a new Cold War where distrust becomes the norm. Finding ways to cooperate and collaborate are essential. International facilities are marvelous setting for a new for such collaboration. And also, if you take CERN example, in the year of early 50s, it helps a lot to reduce the trust among the European countries after the war. It's really important. And I think in the future, this could also have this kind of effect and help. So, from Great Wall to Great Gliders, not my invention, there's a book. And the title of the book is like this. So it's written by Qiu Zhentong, very famous mathematician, but he claimed he has a joint appointment at Harvard by the physics department and also physics, also department of mathematics. So he's very supportive. That's why he wrote this book, and this book has been translated. And by end of this year, or maybe at beginning of next year, you should be able to get a copy of this book. This you can find in Amazon if you want. You can just order it now. All right, so that's a summary. Sorry, I overrun. It's difficult but very exciting, and tremendous effort, promising the future. And we claim that even it's not in China, for example, if SEC win the support, I think it's still very beneficial to our field and to Chinese higher physics community. We certainly support the global effort, and we are willing to collaborate and compete with FCC to get one machine done. Okay. Thank you very much.
I hope you can feel the change in China and its footprint. So now we're open for a few questions.
I have two questions. The first one is, why do you say that a circular collider has less radiation background than a linear collider? And the second question is it what's the main challenge if we build a 100-kilometer collider?
Okay, so the first one, for linear collider, be able to get the higher luminosity before it go to the interacting point, they have to squeeze it to make the beam size as small as possible. The beam size of a linear collider is much smaller than circular machines. So you have to squeeze more. When you squeeze it, you generate backgrounds. So it hit into your detector. So this by nature, it has to be higher for the linear collider. The second question is what? That's magnet, 20 Tesla or 16 Tesla. It's a magnet. Currently, with the existing technology, if you want to build this machine, you probably end up, I don't know, 12 Tesla, 14 Tesla. But still there, it's an enormous number. You're not going to be able to build this machine today with even $30 billion. You just go to the market, you buy the cables, you bid it. Even you have $30 million, you cannot afford. So you have to wait until technology is mature, it's ready.
So sorry, my question is, can we build a larger tunnel so we can use less strong?
Yes. Instead of 100, you can say, why not 200? Why not 300? But then it's the cost, right? The longer the tunnel, it's not only the tunnel digging cost, it's also machine. This machine is assembled by kilometers of vacuum pipes. Okay. These vacuum pipes is very expensive. So the larger, the higher the price.
I have two questions. One is that you have not discussed about the possible impact of the FCC on SppC. And the second question is that you mentioned the possible site for this SppC, and they are all located in the north. Why you guys never consider building something in the south? Because in the south, I mean, southern China actually has made tremendous contributions to the cultural development to China in the last 200 years.
Up to this point, we have been more than 10 different places. Of course, South is also a good candidate, and we're still discussing with Shenzhen and government. Shenzhen has a lot of money, so but there are many other issues, very complicated. So at this point, we still maintain several possibilities. Qinhuangdao is the first one we identified to satisfy almost all our requirements. After that, over this 2 or 3 years, we have a few others. So it's still open. I'm not saying that this is just a candidate. And I don't want to give you a 10 lists, waste of time.
It's not because the HEP community in China, I mean, they are all concentrated in Beijing, and they are reluctant to relocate.
We haven't really up to this point. So at least we are not able to put on the table all the conditions from different local governments. Only with all these offers, then we can discuss seriously which one is the best. So still at this moment, we are discussing with them and try to put another way. Until the government is approved, whatever decision you made has no meaning. And if you make too clear, then you have trouble afterwards. Once you want to make a real decision, okay?
How about the impact of the FCC on SppC?
This is my last sentence. This is our statement. So if the whole international community decided that FCC is a better choice, we should go there, fine, we just give up. We don't want to build 2 machines in the world with such a circumference. We are willing to be part of the international community and having a fair selection process, and then we do it.
I would say, or as a question, if it becomes SCC HH, it would not be your 0.1 per mil Chinese economy input into FCC, right?
No, of course. If the whole international community decide to go to CERN for the FCC, Chinese money, $7 billion were gone. It's not going to be put into the FCC. I don't have that power. I don't believe my capability could reach such a level that I can contribute $7 million to a project of outside of the country. I just cannot do it. So it is the community's decision whether you want this 4, 5, 6 extra money or not.
Okay, any other, okay. Last question.
Okay, more specific. Why do you choose for the LINAC? The energy is what? GeV, more than 1 GeV, right?
For the injection.
For injection.
Now,
What's the benefit there?
LINAC is cheaper. If you do a ring, you need at least 20, 30 kilometers. It's very expensive. Of course, the LINAC is also not very cheap, but compared to a ring of 20, 30 GeV, to be able to inject into a storage ring is expensive. Of course, optimization has not yet been finished, so we're still working on it. One possibility is that this terminal can be used for the SppC. Then you probably can save money. So, but the total numbers comparison has not been finished. So, this is just the first version. It's not going to be the final design.
Okay, I would just say that we have also started discussions between Chinese and Taiwanese communities. That's one reason for the setting today. So, although I think much can be discussed, I'm sorry that we have to close the discussion of this first talk because we do have a second talk coming on. Okay, let's thank Director Wang once more.